2009 and 2010 football seasons. Bo is accompanied this evening by his wife Katie and his 3 children, Chloe, Paige, and Luke.
Yeah. Very good, your turn.
Week 9 SCFA football live on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Fullerton, Saddleback, getting ready to square off, honoring veterans here this evening from Saddleback College. SoCalCollegeSports.com, the website, on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1. Be back in a moment with kickoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to welcome for our national anthem singing from Capistrano Valley High School, the leader of the Teenage Noise Band, 16-year-old Grace Meredith.
Go, John. Go, boys. Huddle up. Huddle up. All right, let's go. Turn it up.
Week 9 SCFA football, Saddleback and Fullerton, live on SoCalCollegeSports.com. And the Bobcats with an opportunity here in Week 9 to play spoiler. We're about set and ready to go. Saddleback in the black and yellow, Fullerton the white and blue. Happy you joined us, everyone. Spread the word, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. Also on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1. Fullerton coming in with an undefeated record in the National South. 3-0, 7-1 on the season. And a big matchup looming next week at home versus Golden West, who held serve at home today, versus San Diego Mesa. That, should they win, Fullerton will play Golden West for the crown in the South, but the Bobcats might have something to say here tonight. Saddleback won the toss. They'll kick. And it's not 7-0. We'll get that score changed here for you shortly. Getting our scoreboard situated. And Fullerton will start off on the ground game, starting at quarterback for the Hornets. Josh Calvin, 6'5", 225-pound sophomore from Lakewood, California, Mayfair High School. Modest gain of 1. The defense has not been the problem this season for the Bobcats. Their offense has had some woes, and right on cue, first man to get there, Joseph Hall. And Calvin put on the deck. Massive loss on the play, going to set up 3rd and a mile on the opening drive, and the Bobcats looking to force an early 3-and-out. The Hornets need the 35-yard line for first. Calvin back to pass, throws to his left side, incomplete, and it'll be a 3-and-out to start things off for the Hornets. That's just terrific pressure and pursuit, and this is a defensive unit that is fired up. To start off Week 9. Well, until we get the scoreboard situated, 13:43 remaining. We're in the first quarter. Hornets will punt things away. And with the fair catch, Simeon Martin. So the Bobcats going to take the field offensively for the first time tonight. Who gets to start at QB? It looks like it's going to be Brandon Burwald. As we said, the offense has had its struggles in 2022, trying to right the ship late in the season, play spoiler in the National South. 3 wide. It's a handoff, and it's a good one. Jamari Farrell. Burwald's going to keep it himself. quarterback keeper. He's going to stay on his feet. He's going to move the pile about 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 coming up for the Bobcats now. And this is a statement drive to start things off. Fullerton perhaps looking ahead to next week. And they better watch out. In danger of getting clipped. Burwald. A lot of contact on the near side, and I'm surprised there wasn't a flag here. We're going to have a pretty good replay of it from field level. I mean, that's a pretty clear pass interference, but not called. 12 minutes remaining in the first quarter, 3rd and 5. Inside the 20-yard line for Fullerton. Bobcats looking for points on their opening offensive possession. Pass incomplete. Roebuck, the intended target. And here comes the field goal unit for Saddleback. You go back. Connor Grace had an opportunity to win it versus San Diego Mesa, who was dispatched earlier today by Golden West. And that's a game where the final score not indicative of how competitive that game was. 35, I believe, to 7, the final score. Kick is up from Grace. Plenty of leg. Looks good. Is good. The Bobcats strike first blood 3-0. 11:50 remaining in the opening quarter. You are watching SCFA Football live on SoCalCollegeSports.com. $11:50 remaining in the opening quarter. It's 3-0 Bobcats. We will have our scoreboard situated here for you shortly. Kick taken inside the end zone. Jordan Smith returns it to the 18-yard line. That's where the Hornets are going to take over. Well, it was a quick 3-and-out, an emphatic 3-and-out. Good gang tackling on the return by the Bobcats. Second and 5 after the play. Make it 2nd and 4 after a gain of 6. And we are going to have early movement by the offensive line. That'll back it up 5. going on. Dead ball, back it up, as you can hear on the field mic. So this is going the wrong direction if you're a Fullerton follower. So 3rd and 9 now for the Hornets. Pass is complete. This is going to be near the first down mark, and I think Aiden Koenig will be awarded first down. They're going to spot him specifically at the 28, and the Hornets are going to have their first down of the evening. Four wide for the Hornets. Calvin back to pass. Plenty of time. He's going to use his feet. And Calvin has a massive lane. I don't know if anybody's going to catch him. He's to the 30, 20. He'll finally be tripped up at the 15-yard line. "66 yards on the run." And Calvin flashing some Danny Jones type of wheels there. Didn't fall over like Daniel Jones did. But the top speed, pretty good. Quick hitch route is complete. Gain of 5 on the play.
Pass complete to number 9, Will Gibson.
So Gibson on the reception. Coming up the 9-minute mark here in the opening quarter. It's 3-0. Saddleback struck first blood. Hornets trying to respond on their second offensive drive. It was a quick 3-and-out on their opening drive. Calvin, under duress, nearly picked off. Ooh, McKinney had a beat on it. Calvin was in all kinds of trouble. Jack St. Fleur nearly got to him. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5 from 10-yard line. They need the 5 for a first. Mike Cepeda with you here this evening. Triple header coverage in Week 9 in the SCFA. There we see Calvin. Calvin pitches it out to his left. Nothing doing there. Malik Winston going nowhere. It's a loss on the play. It's going to force 4th down. And here comes the special teams unit for the Hornets. So Jonathan Faubert kicks it up, kicks it through, and we're tied up at 3-all. 8:02 remaining in the opening quarter. 3-3. Hornets and the Bobcats on SoCalCollegeSports.com. 8:02 remaining in the first quarter. Battle in the National Southern Division in the SCFA. Fullerton gets Golden West at home next week, and we have two players going at it on the field. Looks like Travis Arena got tangled up. Shout out to Perry Webster, men's head basketball coach at Fullerton College. I'd be remiss to not shout out to Phil Thurman at Fullerton. Friends of SoCalCollegeSports.com. We've had the pleasure of covering them in several championships. It should be legal motion, no? Send one across the formation, over left tackle, and solid gain on first down for the Bobcats. Farrell had that big catch on a chunk play that set up the first field goal. Under 7.5 to go in the first quarter. Farrell again, this time might have lost yardage back to the 30. And indeed, after a 4-yard gain, it's a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 7 now. So Burwald will go to work. Pass incomplete. Could have been PI. The intended target was Kane Metz-Terrell, but that's just not a catchable ball from Burwald. You see it sail out of bounds. You can see the referee on the far side thinking about pulling a flag, but then ultimately decides it didn't warrant it. The pass didn't anyway, so Smith back to receive the punt. High snap, quickly corralled. Punter picks up a block. This is going to take a friendly Bobcat roll down to the 25-yard line. So 6:27 remaining, third offensive possession coming up for the Hornets. First and 10, Hornets from their own 25-yard line. Had some success, particularly a large 66-yard run from Calvin on the last possession. And it's a new quarterback, Brandon Nunez, 6'5", as well, 225. They got some big boys at QB. Freshman from Mesa, Arizona. Picks up 5, has the 30-yard line. 2nd and 5. Big hit, but the reception made by Koenig. And he's at the marker. That'll move the chains. So the reception at the 36-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the Hornets. Koenig in motion across the formation. Nunez going to be gobbled up. Joseph Hall again wreaking havoc in the backfield. Memory serves, that's his 2nd sack. Massive loss on the play back to the 28-yard line. They lose 8. Five minutes to go in the opening quarter. Trips to the left, one-on-one at the bottom of your screen. That's Will Gibson. They're looking for Gibson. Gibson had it in his mitts. Incomplete. And he had a man beat. He had Gushikin beat on an inside route. And Gushikin knows that he got away with one. That would have been a first down, as Gibson had some room to run in front of him. Incompletion will stop the clock, 4:48 to go. Another 3rd and long for the Hornets. Hornets coming in with an overall record 7-1. Their lone loss to Cerritos in a tight matchup. We saw Cerritos last week. In a pretty hard-fought battle at Palomar on the road in an early game that was rescheduled to an earlier start time. And then all of a sudden, third quarter, 250 yards plus of total offense on 3 consecutive offensive plays for Cerritos. And they absolutely ran away with it in Week 8 on the road, also now 7-1. Get you updated on some scores from around the SCFA. Final earlier, Golden West 35-7 over Mesa. LA Valley with a win over Santa Monica. Citrus pulling away from Glendale in that matchup earlier. It's a hotly contested battle. In that second half, Santa Barbara with a win over Moore Park, 28-18. Long Beach goes down at Allen Hancock, never an easy place to play. So after this evening, everybody, in theory, could be 2-2 in the National Northern Division. That one's wide open. Pass complete over the middle. That's Smith. Smith, the return man, dangerous in the open field. Not going to have enough for the first down. He's out to the 37-yard line. And here comes the punting unit for the Hornets. Back to more scores. El Camino with a win over Chaffee. Santa Ana with a win over West LA, 35-24. Desert, big over Grossmont. They're now 7-2 as College of the Desert, 48-7 with the win over Grossmont. In the first, ELAC on top of Bakersfield, 7-0. Orange Coast on top of LA Southwest, 7-0. And Mount Sac with a slight lead over Palomar, 3-0 at Hilmer Lodge, newly renovated facility. I saw the state championship held there a year ago. Matt Tyndall in the cockpit, directing this evening's broadcast. Some glitches in the internet. We'll try and get that resolved. Technology can be a fickle thing. Tough battle here, division foe, as the Bobcats and the Hornets squaring off from Mission Viejo. 3-all, under 4 to go, 3:55 to be exact in the opening corner. Burwald completes on the near side, trying to set up the wide receiver screen, and that one blown up beautifully by the defense. That was Cassius Kearns. This is a dangerous secondary for the Hornets. Going back, watching some tape early in the week, Salen Streeter had an outstanding play for a pick 6 in their win over College of the Canyons, a game we had on SoCal College Sports. Farrell out of the backfield, going to get back the yardage, +1 that they lost on first down. It's going to set up 3rd and 9. They need midfield. Trips to the right. Lone receiver at the bottom, he's one-on-one. Burwald going to roll to his right, picks up a block, and then the block goes nowhere. It looked like Stokes had an opportunity to maybe buy Burwald some times, but he kept on going on in his route. Burwald ends up losing yardage on the play. Set up fourth down. Here comes the punting unit.
Burwald marked down at the 43-yard line, fourth down.
Southwestern on top of San Bernardino Valley, 14-0. AVC on top of LA Pierce, 7-0. That's at Pierce. Cerritos up on Riverside, 14-0. And that could be a huge, huge result in the SCFA. Riverside right now, the top team in the state of California, neck and neck with City College of San Francisco, the defending state champions. And we talked about Cerritos and their ability to put points on the board. Riverside right now down on the road by a couple touchdowns. They're in the first quarter. Ventura all over Canyons early, 14-0. Ventura coming in with a record of 1-2. We have that game on our other channel. Emery Johnson with the call up at VC. And the Pirates holding steady at home, trying to right the ship and possibly be in play for a division crown. Nunez over the middle, hits a man in stride, past the 35, down at the 31. Another chunk play for the Hornets into Bobcat territory. Christian Stewart on the reception.
It's good to the Saddleback 31-yard line. First down.
So Nunez completes in stride and gets a little yak. And the Hornets in business here. Run up the middle. Well, that's a great cut to the outside. And this might be in for 6. Just barely. Garnett Davis, the third. Freshman running back from Michigan, Orchard Lake St. Mary's High School. First and goal, Hornets. That's a big-time run. You see him bounce it to the outside.
Yes, sir. Got you.
First and goal from the 6-yard line.
First and goal from the 6 for the Hornets. Nunez, this team marching down the field. Missed tackled. Pickup of 4. They'll mark it out at the 2 for the Hornets. Second and goal.
On the carry.
Malik Winston with the carry.
Tristan McMurray forced him out of bounds. Ball marked out to 1.
McMurray will be credited with the tackle. That should be good for 6 as Winston rumbles in.
On the carry, touchdown.
Well, after the chunk play, defense really on its heels. The run game punishing from the Hornets as they take the lead 9-3 pending an extra point. And we'll have our scoreboard situation here figured out momentarily. Kick is up. Rifled through the uprights. 10-7 or 10-3. Hornets on top of the Bobcats. You are watching SCFA Football Week 9.
52 seconds left at the end of the first quarter.
Return pass out the 20. Mark it at the 22. That's where the Bobcats will take over, now trailing 10-3. Jordan Smith on the return for the Bobcats. Burwald, freshman from Minnesota, White Bear Lake High School, will come out and see if he can find an answer. Burwald. Snap a little bit off the mark. Pass incomplete. Just barely. Tight end got upended. Billy DeRoker, the intended target, had it on his mitts. He was upended at the first down marker, 2nd and 10 now. Burwald. Handoff. No, he's going to keep it himself. Picks up a block over the left side. Takes it past the 25-yard line to the 27. It'll be 3rd and manageable coming up for the Bobcats. It was week 2. A loss to Cerritos 32-24, and Cerritos looking to spring the upset here tonight on top of Riverside, 14-0. It's early. Jake Retzlaff and company can certainly put up points in a hurry if need be. Shut out thus far. That pass is complete. They needed the 32. They're going to mark him out. It looks like short of the line to gain. Well, they say he fell forward to the 32-yard line. They're going to move the chains. So Burwald able to complete to Jake Thomas, a running back from Santa Margarita. That'll be the end of the first quarter. Hornets up 10-3. We're watching SCFA Football Week 9 here on SoCal College Sports. Start of the second quarter. Hornets up 10-3 by a touchdown over the Bobcats here from Mission Viejo. Burwald hands off. No, keeps it and completes to the far side to Martin. Simeon Martin on the reception. Nothing after the catch. It'll be a 7-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 3 coming up. Faked out everybody. That's a great play action sell from Burwald. Ball to the 39. They need the 42 in Bobcat territory. Split back formation, 3 wide, 2 to the right, 1 up top. Burwald. And we see early movement. This is going to back it up 5. The margin for error pretty thin offensively for the Bobcats. You certainly can't have situations like that where you shoot yourself in the foot. 2nd and manageable now becomes 2nd and long. Completely changes up the playbook. So we'll do 2nd down again. 2nd and 8 this time after the penalty. They go to 4 wide. Single back set. It's Thomas. And this snap goes haywire. Burwald trying to complete. They're going to say he's down. Burwald, they're going to rule is down. I wonder if we have a replay of that. And we'll look at it here. Does he get the ball off before he's tackled? Ball out. Let's run that back. Sorry here, Manny. Let's see. Ball is, no, knee down still. That's a great call by the referee. So third and a zip code for the Bobcats. They're backed up inside their own 5. The 4. Handoff and a good run to the outside. It's Thomas able to gain back some of the yardage. But need a lot more than that. Need about 40 more yards. That's going to be a punt coming up for Saddleback. Kick is away. It's a little short. Not much doing on it.
Jordan Smith on the return.
Smith on the return, but not much doing. Regardless, it'll be excellent field position for the Hornets. With 12:57 remaining in the second quarter.
Ball is marked at the Bobcats 43-yard line. First down.
Your first quarter.
Well, who's in at QB is the question. I think it's Calvin. Calvin hands off. Tyrell Green Jr. Another out-of-state product for Fullerton from Baltimore is Tyrell. Hard-fought yards. He'll pick up 3, 2nd and 7. Fullerton on 2nd and 7. Calvin going to tuck it and run it. He'll have the first, and he'll dive forward past the 30-yard line. They'll give him the 29. New set of downs for the Hornets.
Josh Calvin, quarterback on the keeper. First down, ball marked at the Saddleback 29.
Calvin pitches it. Green, nothing. Lost 6. That play snuffed out. Terrific penetration by the defense for the Bobcats. One of those plays defensively that can stall a drive. Exactly what the Bobcats needed after the unfortunate events on offense on the previous possession. Hornets go trips to the left. Koenig in the slot. Calvin with some time. They had a spy on him that time. And that play well defended by the Bobcats. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to set up 3rd and 10. 6-yard carry on the play by Calvin. But the Bobcats defensively make the adjustment, have a spy on Calvin with the ability to use his feet. So we've seen earlier in this game has yardage nearing 100 here in the first half. That 64-yard run earlier in the ball game. Calvin back to pass with some time, has a man over the middle. That's Koenig. Koenig near the first down. He's going to have the 19, maybe the 20. He's going to be a yard short. And the punting unit, or excuse me, the kicking unit, Faubert, will come on. Look to make this a 2-possession game. Faubert from 37 yards out. Kick is up. Kick is good. So the Hornets make it a two-possession ball game. They lead it by double digits, 13-3. 9:46 remaining in the second quarter. You're watching SCFA football here from Mission Viejo. Thirteen to 3, the Bobcats with a small win. Don't give up a touchdown, but do give up 3. Return past the 20-yard line to the 23. Smith on the return. The Bobcats will take over. .40 to go. 13-3 the score. Burwald. Little bobble on the snap. He's going to fall forward for 5. Make it 4. And the Bobcats look like they want to go tempo, establish a little rhythm offensively. Burwald. In the short shotgun. Thomas, the lone back, keeps it himself. Pass is complete. Nope. Off the hands of his intended target, Caleb Peterson. And Burwald just needs to dump it off. That would have been a sure first down. Instead, it'll set up 3rd and 6. Missed opportunity for the Bobcats here, as Burwald had him wide open. And needed to go off speed there. Instead, it's a rocket from about 6 yards away. It's 3rd down. Trips now to the left. 3 wide. Burwald. To the far side, has a man. Complete first down and then some. Kane Metz Terrell on the reception. That's a good job by Burwald getting the ball out. Terrell turns on the Jets, picks up the first. And a chunk more, up to the 39. Offense starts to flicker. Big hit on the outside. Burwald absolutely punished on that play. Gave himself up as a runner, and Burwald takes a violent collision. He's okay. Pick up 5, though. So 2nd and 5 for the Bobcats near midfield. Burwald, little miss. Well, looked like everyone not on the same page. And it's an incompletion intended for Metz Terrell again.
Third down.
Burwald buying some time, rolling to his right, pass is complete for a first down, flag in the backfield, and this is going to be a late hit, so tack on 15 more. The Bobcats in business now, past the midfield point, at the 49-yard line in Fullerton territory, and the 15 yards tacked on should take it inside the 35. That's Terrell on the far side. Pass is complete. Another first down, it looks like, for the Bobcats, and indeed they will move the chain. So Bobcats have found a little rhythm here offensively on this possession, looking to close the gap, trailing it by 10.
First down.
First and 10, Bobcats from the 34-yard or 24-yard line, excuse me. Burwald hands off. Thomas over left tackle with some room near the marker again. And the Bobcats are marching down the field at will on this possession.
On the carry. Thomas brought down at the Hornets' 15-yard line, second and 1.
Burwald gives to Thomas, who leaps a defender, picks up a first down. Little highlight there. Tackle made by Maximus Ahoya.
J. Thomas gain. It's good for a first down.
So first and 10
13-yard line.
from the 13. Bobcats can't pick up a first down before they get into the end zone. Need a touchdown right here. Burwald with some time over the middle, up the seam, pass complete, touchdown Bobcats! From 13 yards out, Caleb Peterson, the 6'2 freshman from Aliso Niguel, from Burwald. See the reception there, just a terrific route. Peterson gets inside position, chalk up 6 for the Bobcats, pending an extra point. They're going to go for 2. Burwald going to keep it. Has some room, and he's going nowhere. So the deficit will remain 4, 13-9. The Bobcats close the gap, 5:46 remaining in the first half. You are watching SCFA Football, Week 9 edition, SoCalCollegeSports.com. Yep. 13-9. Peterson from Burwald, 13 yards out. And the Hornets look to respond here. Staying on his feet, Christian Stewart.
Stewart on the kick return.
Take it near the 30-yard line. That's exactly where they're going to place it.
By number 31, Eric
Church on the stop. Jack St. Fleur a little slow to get up on the play. We'll give the Hornets the 29, 1st and 10. Hornets go 3 wide. It's Calvin. Calvin coming to the near side. Pass is incomplete. That's not a catchable ball. That should not be a penalty. I think they're going to pick up this flag. They're going to have a conference here on the near side. No, the call's going to be pass interference. You look at where the ball is, it's well outside the boundary. Illegal contact, sure. PI, I don't think that's the correct call. Move the ball to the 44-yard line. Still in Hornet territory. But a chunk play via the penalty. Be a new set of downs here for the Hornets. As Calvin sends a man in motion. That's Woods. Calvin under duress, and he'll go down. Canis Vaughn, the freshman from San Clemente, puts Calvin to the deck. There you see Vaughn go WWE and send Calvin to the turf. So that'll set up 2nd and 19, 9-yard loss on the play for the Hornets. And the big response after the penalty for Saddleback. That run really going nowhere. Modest gain, maybe a yard. Ball's on the deck, and the defense fired up for the Bobcats on this possession. Have to focus in here and get off the field, give your offense another opportunity to get some more points on the board as the first half winds down in the second quarter. Under 4.5 to go. Calvin gets a play from the sideline, trips to the right, single at the bottom. It's a handoff. Winston near the original line of scrimmage. They're going to give him the 46-yard line, well short of the first down. Clock ticks under 4 to go. So Martin will head back to receive the kick. Special teams retreats, nearly getting to the punter. Friendly bounce for the Bobcats, down to the 20-yard line. Saddleback going to take over. 3:21 remaining in the second quarter. Looked like a completely different team on the last offensive possession. What do they pull out of their bag here? With 3:21 to go. They went tempo, and it worked. I suspect they're going to do the same thing here again. The only problem is if you don't pick up yardage and you don't extend drives, you run the risk of having Fullerton get back out on the field offensively to get more points on the board. Split backs. 2 wide to the left for Burwald. Handoff goes around the left side and getting the edge, but not much, is Jamari Farrell. And Farrell was greeted by the sideline of Fullerton. A hard collision. Violent but not malicious, I think would be the term. If anything, I think Farrell probably got the better of it. 2-yard gain on the play for Farrell. Split backs. Burwald goes to Farrell again, and Farrell will move the pile past the 25 to the 27. Pickup of 5. And a third and manageable coming up for Burwald and company. The Bobcats looking to extend this drive as the clock ticks down, under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's at the 27. They need the 30. Do the Bobcats to extend this drive. Metz Terrell matched up, single coverage at the bottom of your screen. He's covered by Cassius Kearns. We're going to have a timeout called. Incredibly important play here at the end of the first half. And the Bobcats with an opportunity to cut into the lead further. They trail it 13-9. You are watching SCFA football on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Third and 3. Bobcats trailing by 4 here. The second quarter, Burwald has woken up the offense. Question is, can he extend this drive? Rolls to his right. Looks like he'll have the first down, and Burwald able to extend the play. He has the 31, and he'll have a new set of downs, move the chains Bobcats. As we come up on the 2-minute mark. Well, that play broke down in a hurry, and Burwald made a quick and decisive decision, picks up a first. Burwald goes trips to the left now. Burwald, handoff inside. Farrell stays on his feet past the first down marker. Helmet comes off. You know, it looked like the helmet was jerked off, and here comes the flag, and that should be. Okay, wait a minute. They're going to get a flag, and I think they're looking at Farrell. Or is this going to be offsetting? No, they're looking to back this one up. Well, that's unfortunate. Picks up a first down. Picks up 10, loses 10 via the penalty. I wonder how that's scored. Oh, excuse me. Picks up 10, loses 15. So the ball will be backed up to the 26-yard line. It should be first down. It was a dead ball foul. Farrell had picked up the first. Well, the hill becomes steeper here for the Bobcats. Silver lining, it is first down. 1st and 10. At their own 26, Burwald in the shotgun. Thomas to his left. Under duress, trying to set up the screen, gets the ball away. Ball's intercepted. Burwald makes a terrible decision, puts that one up for grabs, and it's intercepted by Keon Marshall, a 5'9" sophomore linebacker from Brea Olinda. Worst case scenario for the Bobcats, who now find themselves backed up in their own territory.
Don't run that. Come on, boys.
1:24 to go. Hornets with 2 timeouts remaining in the first half. Nunez back in at QB, trips to the left now for the Hornets, knocking on the door in the red zone. Nunez will pass. Inside, Koenig on the reception. Inside the 10, has the 5. Inside the 5, down to the 3. Oh, they were on the doorstep before. Now they're in the foyer. Hornets looking to pad their lead at the end of the first half. Nunez going to keep it himself untouched, in for 6. Touchdown, Hornets. Brandon Nunez, Mountain View High School product, walks in. And just like that, with a minute to go in the second quarter, it's 19-9. The Bobcats reeling here at the end of the first half. Faubert on to kick this one up. And good. (20-9). See if the Bobcats maybe put something up at the end of the first half when we come back. A minute to go here in the first half, and the Hornets add to their lead it by double figures yet again, this time by 11, 20-9. Mike Zepeda with you on SoCalCollegeSports.com's SCFA triple header coverage here in Week 9. Ventura hosting COC. Last we checked, up 14-0. A National Northern Division battle. Here we have the National South. And right now, Fullerton has Golden West awaiting them next week. That'll be at Fullerton. The regular season finale. Sportsnet USA will have that broadcast for you. Burwald will go to work. Thomas to his right, 4 wide. Bobcats with 2 timeouts. Let's see if they can get something going. Burwald back to pass. With some time, now under duress, can be sacked at the 21-yard line. Loss of 4 on the play. Second and 14. Clock ticks down. Pass is complete. Up ahead to the 30. Looks like that was Martin. On the reception, we have a man down for Saddleback. An injury timeout on the field. Injured player William Kavar having to be helped up off the field, favoring his right leg, and certainly hope that he's going to be okay. Does not look like he'll return to action in this one. 24 seconds to go. It's 3rd and 5. After the play. Well, the timeout called by Fullerton. Injury timeout, 10-second runoff, so instead of 24 seconds, it's 14 seconds now. We'll get that changed up here for you on the scoreboard. Timeout on the field, we'll take one ourselves. Well, 14 seconds remaining in the first half here. 20-9. Hornets on top of the Bobcats, in control of this one. Meanwhile, in Cerritos, the Tigers getting smacked on the road, the top team in the state. 28-10. Under 4 to go in the second quarter. We'll keep an eye on that one. Thomas over left tackle. Big gain on the play. Bounces it to the outside near midfield. 7 seconds remaining as he gets out of bounds. Well, certainly puts a Hail Mary in play from Burwald. Two timeouts remaining. If you don't eat up enough clock, although this isn't going to matter. Clock will tick down. That'll do it for the first half. 20-9, Bobcats trail the Hornets. On SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage, SCFA football. start of the second half from Mission Viejo, 20-9. Hornets on top of the Bobcats. SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage. Triple header here in Week 9. And, well, pretty good start for the Bobcats. They're going to get the ball at their own 40 after that kickoff goes out of bounds. The big story developing in Southern California, Riverside getting smashed on the road by Cerritos. 31-10. They're towards the end of the second quarter. We'll monitor that situation. That could play a huge factor in terms of postseason positioning. Both teams undefeated in conference play. Riverside currently undefeated. Free play here. This is going to be a free 5. Ventura on top of Canyons, 20-3. And it is halftime, 31-10. The Tigers down big on the road in Week 9. And they're just cruising along, 8-0. Big win over Mount Sac. And they nearly lost a game early in the season, the College of the Canyons, who come in 4-4 into Week 9. Handoff over the left side. This may get back to the line of scrimmage. That's exactly what they say that'll be. There's Jordan Smith on the carry. Picks up nil. 2nd and 5. As the second half winds down here for Mission Viejo, we'll try to paint the playoff picture. As Jordan takes this one ahead. For 3, it'll set up 3rd and 2. We have Mount Sac with 1 loss in the Central. Cerritos undefeated in the Central, along with Riverside, who's undefeated on the season. Should Cerritos beat Riverside, that would set them atop the division, undefeated 4-0 heading into the regular season finale, where they will play at Mount Sac. Burwell pitches it to his left, and that will be a negative play tackle for loss back at the 40. Jordan Smith again. Terrific pursuit defensively by the Hornets. Ahoya on the tackle. Here comes 4th down in the punting unit for the Bobcats. Mount Sac at home against Palomar. They're at the half, 10-7. So the Comets, after getting obliterated in the second half of last week's contest at home by Cerritos, you saw just how explosive that offense can be. Keelan Doss with 3 touchdowns in that one for Cerritos. Hanging tough versus Mount Sac. ELAC on top of Bakersfield. The Renegades dropping a heartbreaker on the road at Long Beach City last week in overtime. Walk-off win for the Vikings in that one. The Vikings go to Allen Hancock earlier today and drop that contest. They had a lead in the 4th, 29-21. Give up a score, tied up. And then with under a minute to go, Hancock able to punch one into the end zone for the winning score. Stacked receiver set on both sides. Handoff. And looking for the edge. That was Green. And Green, they will mark at the 34. He needs the 35, so it's going to be just a smidge short. 3rd and 2, pickup of 1. 3rd and 1 coming up for the Hornets. Bakersfield 2-1 coming in. ELAC 1-2. It's looking like the entirety of the National Northern Division is going to end Week 9 at 2-2, entering the final week of the regular season. And that's a division that's up for grabs. We talked about the Ventura score, which we have on our other channel. Emery Johnson with the call at VC on Student Veterans and Military Appreciation Night. And right now at the start of the third quarter, 20-3 in that one.
Green on the carry. Gain's good for a first down.
Green picks up a first. The Hornets will eat into the clock with a new set of downs. Green. Loss of yardage on the play. Nunez on the handoff. Second and 11. We break down some of the first half numbers, courtesy of Brad Hoyseth, running live stats, sports information director for Saddleback. Well, first down's 10 for Fullerton, 9 for Saddleback. Saddleback at times really did a pretty good job of moving the football. Green out of the backfield on the reception. Picks up 6. Should set up 3rd and 5. Fullerton, 179 total offensive plays. In terms of yardage, 145 for Saddleback. But you get the big turnover at the end of the first half, and this should have been a much closer score at the end of the first. An absolute nightmare of an interception from Burwald. Nunez completes to the far side. First down, Koenig on the reception. Fullerton will move the change yet again. Aiden Koenig, the freshman from Corona, Santiago High School. Under 10 to go. Nunez keeps it himself, up the gut. Chunk play. He'll pick up 10. Another first down. Man in motion, it's Green out of the backfield. That pass deflected, nearly intercepted. That's a terrific play made by the defensive front. Travis Arena gets a mid on it, but nobody home on the deflection. Pass was intended for Jordan Smith, and Nunez gets away with one there. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. What could have been disaster Hornets as it stands. Still in Bobcat territory with the football. 2nd and 10. Nunez. Hands off, Green up the gut, and he's into the second level, into the secondary, inside the 15. Another first down on this drive for the Hornets. Modest gain. Koenig in motion across the formation to the left. Nunez nearly picked off. And Jack St. Fleur had a beat on it. Nunez going to keep it himself. Had a first down earlier. Has a touchdown on this drive. Brandon Nunez in for 6, and Fullerton expands on their lead. Which is easy money for the Hornets. They march it in. A deflating defensive stance there. Faubert ready to kick. It looked like it was off. No. So Jonathan Faubert puts it through. 27-9. 8:30 to go in the third quarter. .30 remaining in the third quarter, 27-9. Hornets, Brandon Nunez rushes one in. For Nunez, his second touchdown tonight. Oh, it's been Josh Calvin and Brandon Nunez. Calvin seems like the faster of the two, but it's Nunez who's been able to run in a couple. And I want to say Josh Calvin. Yeah, Josh Calvin had a 57-yard gain. I counted it as 60-plus, but my number's always unofficial. We get ready for the kick. We're having a conversation here. And I wonder what this conversation is about. Okay, so we'll rinse and repeat. Beautiful night for football here from Mission Viejo. Not exactly a beautiful result if you're the Bobcats. They trail it by 18 here in the third. Faubert kicks this one away. It'll be a touchback. Starting to get testy out there. And right now the Bobcats need to channel that energy into their play on the field. At the same time, keep their composure. As Brendan Burwald will take the field yet again. Martin at the top. Jordan Johnson at the bottom. Burwald has a man in his slot, nobody covering him. Instead, he's going to hand off. It's going to go to Jordan Smith, and Jordan Smith going nowhere. Ball came out, but after Smith was already down. Pretty good view of it here from field level. It's a heady play there by Robick. Slot receiver for the Bobcats. And yes, we do have a mic on there. So now we're getting some field chatter. Burwald tucks it and runs. Has a first down out past the 40-yard line. Pretty good chunk run there from Brandon Burwald, and going to need more of that. Remember, you go back to their lone touchdown here in the ball game. You know, Burwald has the ability to move his feet. Trips to the left now for the Bobcats. Burwald looks like he's utilizing the hard count. Smith spins out of one tackle, unable to spin out of another. Does get back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Thomas, the lead rusher in this ball game for the Bobcats. Smith on the carry. No, Burwald going to keep it himself. Cuts inside and is taken to the turf. Beautiful tackle made. Brandon Sun. Sun makes a play in the open field versus Burwald. And excuse me, that was Jeremiah McNeely. 41-47. Apologies. 3rd and long for the Bobcats at their own 41-yard line. You need the Fullerton 48 for the first. Burwald back to pass on 3rd and 11. Goes over the middle of the field. Pass is caught and complete. Daniel Stokes over the middle of the field. The Bobcats will move the chains. It's a terrific job by Burwald. Finds a read, makes a play, and we have an injured Hornet on the field. Stokes. On the reception, 1st and 10 when we come back. Bobcats driving in Hornet territory. 5:49 to go. Hornets in control. Back to live action after the injury timeout. 6:01 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Burwald tucks and run again. He slid. This should be a flag, and indeed, Hornets going to get whistled for 15 as Burwald slid feet first and gets trucked up top. I mean, you see this in basketball where somebody commits a foul and it's an obvious foul. And then they're asking the question, who, me? And McNeely that time again out of the linebacking core lays the boom on Burwald. So the Bobcats will pick up an extra 15. It's still plenty of time in this ball game. If the Bobcats can muster up the offense like we saw earlier in this ball game, they can make a game out of it. The defense getting some sorely needed rest on the sideline right now. Burwald. Now, wait a minute. There's a flag on the field, but I want to say this is an errant whistle by the referee. This should not be 5 going against the Bobcats. That's just a terrible call. The player went before the whistle. I mean, the play's not even going. Well, as it stands, it's 5 going the other way for the Bobcats. They need the 13-yard line, excuse me. Smith going nowhere. anything up the gut right now, just not there rushing-wise for the Bobcats. Second and long after the loss on the play. Peterson will come out. Remember, Peterson with a 13-yard touchdown earlier in this one for the Bobcats, a lone touchdown on the board for Saddleback. Trips to the right now. Martin at the bottom. Burwald. With some time out of the backfield, here's Smith. Smith, a lot of green in front of him, has a man to make miss. Unable to do so. Inside at the 24-yard line. A lot more manageable, but still a third and long situation for the Bobcats as we see Smith into your living room. So 3rd and 11. Play clock running down, and it looks like the Bobcats going to call a timeout here. 4:31 to go in the third. Riverside responds out of halftime, now trail it by 2 touchdowns, 31-17 at Cerritos, top team in the SCFA, on the ropes. Still plenty of time in that one. Saddleback, meanwhile, 3rd and 11, take a timeout. Under duress, that pass is deflected, incomplete. Fullerton out of the timeout brought the house. And that was McNeely again, who became close friends on that drive with Brandon Burwald roughing the passer. So Connor Grace will come in, and he'll attempt one from 41 out. And did the play clock get down to 0? I think that's going to be the call. Early movement will back this up 5 more. So what was 41 yards now is going to be 46 for the Bobcats. Looking to make this a 2-possession ball game. On a made field goal. 4th and 16 after the penalty. Here's a snap. Hold. Kick is blocked! And this is going to go the other way for 6 as the Hornets putting this one to bed early here. Kadari Kearns see if we can cue this one up on replay here for you. (33-9) after the block, field goal attempt, and scoop and score by Kadari Kearns. We go back to the field goal attempt here. Let's see who the first man there was. And that was Kadari Kearns. Who cements this one away. Extra point, Faubert up. Kick is up, kicks up, looks good, is good, 34-9. 4:10 remaining in the third. More news from Cerritos. Falcons have seen their lead cut to 7, 31-24. Riverside, with 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, has closed to within 7. Canyons has responded in the third quarter. They enter the fourth 20-10 up at Ventura. Meanwhile here, Saddleback with an opportunity to play spoiler here tonight versus Fullerton, and things have gone awry for Saddleback. The Bobcats reeling here in the third quarter. Looks like there was maybe an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Hornets after the touchdown. Dead ball foul, so the Hornets will kick this one away from their own 20. This is technically still, now it's a 4-score game. Kick is away, and Stokes will take it. 35-yard line, out at the 37, flag on the field. And we might get a personal foul called against Fullerton as Carter Kamana got into it with Griffin Lane away from the play. These two schools within fairly close proximity of each other in Southern California. And indeed, it will be a personal foul going against Kamana. Oh, this can be offsetting. So offsetting penalties. Bobcats will take over at their own 37. Mount Sac has established control of their matchup versus Palomar 24-7. And ELAC also padding their lead 20-3 now in the third over Bakersfield. Back to scores from earlier today. College of the Desert over Grossmont 48-7. Santa Ana with a win at West LA 35-24. El Camino over Chaffee 30-20. Allen Hancock with a win late over Long Beach. They rally with 22 points in the fourth quarter to win 36-29. Santa Barbara with a win over Moore Park, 28-18. Citrus on top of Glendale. They improve to 9-0, 42-21. Burwald over the middle of the field. Pass is complete. Finds his man, DeRocher. So DeRocher on the reception. Pick up a chunk play, past midfield, into Fullerton territory. I'll give him the 47. Here's a solid run from Jake Thomas. Thomas, the leading rusher in the first half for the Bobcats. Picks up 6. Make it 7. 2nd and 3. As we said earlier in this ball game, the lone touchdown drive for the Bobcats saw Saddleback move the ball at will. They have had moments, but unable to consistently put something together. Another run. This is near first down yardage for Thomas, as Jake takes it inside the 40-yard line down to the 39. He needs the 38. Some hard running from Jake Thomas. Burwell. Thomas over left tackle. First down and then some inside the 30. Down to the 28. And we have an official timeout. Injured player on the field. Looks like it's a cramping situation for Fullerton. So Saddleback moving the ball. 2:39 to go in the third. And see if they can cut in the league when we return. First and 10 for the Bobcats inside the 30-yard line. Thomas, the lone back. Handoff goes to him over the left side with a hole. Into the second level, into the secondary. Another first down. Nearing the 15-yard line. They'll say he's out at the 16. So Jake Thomas again on this drive. With a hard, solid run. Gets yardage after first contact. Forced out of bounds at the 16. Burwald gives it to Thomas again. Why not? Cuts it back inside, still on his feet, looking for the end zone. Jake Thomas in for 6. Impressive run for Jake. The Bobcats not going to go down without a fight. See Thomas able to stay on his feet. Good, hard, solid run by Jake. The offense stays out. They need 2-point conversions, and they need them fast. It's a 4-score ball game. Well, we saw Allen Hancock. 22 points in the fourth quarter. Play clock resets. Burwald, under duress, has a man wide open. 2-point conversion is good. That's DeRocher. So DeRocher converts on the 2-point conversion, 34-17. And the Bobcats won't go gentle into that good night. 2:09 remaining in the third quarter. It looked like a bit of a broken play, and DeRocher comes free. Burwald able to put it in a position for his tight end to make a play, and he does exactly that. So Jake Thomas in for 6. DeRocher on the reception for the 2-point conversion, and Bobcats now down by 17. Happy you've joined us, everyone. Spread the word. www.socalcollegesports.com. SoCal College Sports 1 on YouTube. And we'll continue to monitor the situation in Cerritos as the playoff picture takes shape. .538 remaining in the third quarter. Riverside 2 unanswered touchdowns in the third quarter after they trailed at halftime 31-10. Now it's 31-24. This kick by Connor Grace put in the end zone. Canyons has come to within a touchdown, 20-13. Battle in the north. If Canyons can pull off the win, they will be in sole possession of first place in the north. Ventura looking to even up everybody in the north at 2-2. ELAC looking like they're going to dispatch Bakersfield at home, currently up 20-10. It is in the third, nearing the fourth quarter. Solid run on first down for the Hornets. Garnett Davis, the third on the carry. Pickup of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7. This is Calvin. Flag on the play. This might be a hold going against the defense. Nope. Hold going the wrong way for the Hornets. Backing up 10. And we'll do second down again. 1:34 remaining in the third quarter. Can really see on that camera angle where the hold occurred. As it stands, ball on the 19 in Hornet territory. High snap, Calvin hands off. And that run going nowhere. Garnett Davis, third. Michigan product. One-yard gain on the play. They'll give him the 20-yard line. Still makes it 3rd and 15 for the Hornets. They try to pick up the first down. They're going to go conservative here. Calvin, hands off. Conservative it is. And the Bobcats oblige. So quick 3 and out for the Hornets. And the Bobcats going to get the ball back with some time remaining. Well, not very much time remaining in the third quarter. Martin back to receive the kick. Kick is blocked. Kick is blocked. And the Bobcats will have it with excellent field position. 3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And Saddleback will have it at the 32-yard line in Hornet territory. Hold everything. Travis Arena. The big fella extends, lays out, and blocks the punt off of the foot of Luke Mamana. So back comes the offense for the Bobcats. Kane Metz Terrell. Middleman in the trips formation to the left. Burwald looking that way momentarily, tucks and runs, cuts it back up the middle, has it slide first. I believe he had the first down. No, they're going to say he's just short, about a yard. That will do it for the third. Bobcats driving, Hornets with a commanding 17-point lead. Saddleback looking to cut into that when we come back on SoCalCollegeSports.com. start of the fourth quarter. Here in Mission Viejo, Military Appreciation Night. Start of the fourth quarter in Cerritos. Riverside with 21 unanswered in the third quarter. They enter the fourth at 31 all. The Tiger was woken up at halftime. Handoff over the right side, and this one's going to go for a loss as Jamari Farrell met by 3 white jerseys. 2nd and 1 becomes 3rd and 3, loss of 2 on the play. Considering where you're at in the ball game, this is 4-down territory. Burwald, Farrell over the left side now, and Farrell is going to be upended before he picks up a first down. They'll have him down at the 19-yard line. He needs the 17. 4th and 2. The only change in personnel, Stokes will come on to replace Peterson, who caught the touchdown earlier. They trying to induce early movement from the Hornets side. I'd like to see Burwald maybe utilize a hard count here. 4th and 2. Huge play for the Bobcats in this one. Burwald over the middle of the field. Pass is complete. Terrell! Kane Metz Terrell over the middle of the field from Burwald. 1st and goal, Bobcats. Under duress, the pressure is there, and Burwald delivers a strike to Kane Metz Terrell. They go quickly. Burwald going nowhere. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal from the 5. Bobcats have had some success going tempo in this one. Not that time. Fullerton was prepared. Metz Terrell to the right along with Martin. Farrell in the backfield. Handoff goes to Farrell. Up the gut. Nothing there. Another no gain on the play. 3rd and goal. What's the definition of insanity? Trying the same thing, expecting a different result. Couple of plays up the gut, nothing there. Defense in the middle has been pretty stout in this drive. Up front for the Hornets. Might want to try something else. Martin in the slot along with Kane Metz Terrell on the left. Burwald rolls it out. Buys some time over the middle of the field. Touchdown! DeRocher on the reception from 5 yards out. Burwald able to buy some time rolling. Throws it across his body in for 6. Will break down defensively for the Hornets. DeRocher with a little dance. 12:08 remaining in the Hornets' lead. We cut to 10 pending an extra point. And it looks like they are going to go for 2 here. Bobcats trying to make this a single-digit game. Burwald in the shotgun. Farrell to his left. 4 wide. Here comes the pressure. Burwald gets it off. Pass is complete. Jacob Sears on the reception. Back-to-back touchdowns for the Bobcats. Back-to-back 2-point conversions. It's a 9-point ball game, and Saddleback has closed to within single digits. See Sears hang on to that ball. And down the stretch we come in Mission Viejo, 12:08 to go. It's a whole new ball game here in Week 9. what was once a blowout going away for Fullerton. Undefeated 3-0 in conference in the National South. 7-1 on the season has turned into a ball game as Saddleback has responded at the end of the third, early in the fourth, 12:08 to go, and they've cut it to 9. And this is a defensive unit that is fired up. Well, we've seen some exciting things happen here at this stadium, particularly in the loss versus San Diego Mesa. Good gang tackle here. First man there, Eric Church. So Josh Calvin will go to work for the Hornets. Modest gain by Winston on first down. Gets to the 25-yard line. Gain of 4. What are they going to do on third down here? Congratulations to the Astros, who just won the World Series. In 6 game versus the Phillies. Calvin under duress gets it off at the end of the play. Pass is complete for a first down to Winston, and Winston takes it ahead near the 45. They'll give him the 45. That's a terrific play by Josh Calvin. About to be taken down in hot pursuit. That was Jack St. Fleur. The ball ends up in the hands of Malik Watson. He makes the most of it. Up to the 45-yard line. Move the chains for the Hornets. Looking to respond. It's 16 unanswered from the Bobcats. This is a free play. Watson again out of the backfield, and he'll be pile-driven into the turf. Extracurricular. Don't want a 15-yard penalty here. There's going to be 5. For sure, this is likely going to be declined. Yeah, encroachment's going to be the call. They're going to decline it. Should be second down after a gain of about 8. I think Saddleback gets away with one there. No, they're going to take the penalty. So 1st and 5 from the 50 now. Tigers on the prowl in the 4th at Cerritos, 31 all. They just started the 4th. Down 31-10 at halftime. You can imagine the amount of paint coming off the walls in the Cerritos locker room. Meanwhile, defense responds in a big way. It's Keegan Netherton, the 6'3 sophomore defensive lineman from J. Sarah, local product. He takes Calvin to the turf, 2nd and 12. Calvin sends a man in motion. That's Winston. It goes to Winston. Winston nearly tripped up behind the line of scrimmage, able to stay on his feet, stumble forward near midfield. They need the 45 of the Bobcats. Ball will be placed at the 49-yard line. $38 all now. Cerritos and Riverside trading haymakers. Hope you had the over in that one. 38 apiece. Calvin over the middle of the field. Pass dropped. Oh, Will Gibson had a lot of green in front of him. having some technical difficulties. It's fourth down. Punting unit comes on. Go check the receiver. Hornets give up possession of the football. They're up 34-25. The Bobcats, 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions the last 2 times out on offense. And Brandon Burwell looks like a man possessed here, leading his offense down the field. We saw 22 points in the fourth quarter earlier today from Allen Hancock in dispatching Long Beach City. At home in one of the earlier games today. Might we see another comeback here at home? Saddleback in the role of spoiler here. Thomas up the gut. Will pick up 7. 2nd and 3. Well, it's a tempo-like situation here for the rest of the way for the Bobcats, and it seems to benefit them. As Thomas will take it up the gut again, he'll have a first down and a little bit more to the 36-yard line. Move the chains. First man there, Branson Titanois. Thomas again. Well, you keep on up with runs like that from Thomas, you're going to get the play action sooner or later. Bobcats on the precipice of a big play. Again, handoff inside. This is Thomas. He'll have another first down near midfield. He'll have the 49. Still in Bobcat territory, but it's another new set of downs for Saddleback. Still plenty of time left in this ball game, coming up on the 8-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Hornets seemingly clinging to a 9-point lead. You know, it's a 2-possession ball game. Burwald, over the middle of the field, has a man incomplete. And his man had a step. That was Peterson. It was a touchdown earlier. Unable to connect. Make up 2nd and 10. They finally went to the pass after a lot of success in the run game from Jake Thomas on this drive. Thomas has been fantastic here tonight for the Bobcats. 2 wide to the left. It's Thomas again, this time not going anywhere. This can be a loss of a couple. Smith will come in at tailback. 3rd and 12 now for the Bobcats in their own territory. 4-down territory the rest of the way. We're going to have a timeout called by the Bobcats. 7:28 to go. We'll be back in a moment. $7:28 to go, 3rd and 12. Bobcats moving the ball at will earlier in this drive. They've stalled near midfield. Burwald back to pass. Will keep it himself. He'll make it third and manageable. He's going to slide down at the 43-yard line in Hornet territory. He needs the 41. 4th and 2 coming. They go tempo. Handoff inside. First down. Smith. Jordan Smith inside the 40. Where will they mark him? Looks like they'll give him the 36. And the Bobcats move the chains again. Well, Burwald has had a lot of success on those designed rollouts. Trips to the right on this formation. Tempo again for the Bobcats. Defense on their heels. They look tired. Burwald. Sacked. So much for being tired. First man there, Ant Harris, a freshman defensive lineman from Georgia. Loss of, looks like 5 on the play. 2nd and 15. Burwald. Again, under pressure, he's going to be sacked. Back at the 48. Loss of 6 on the play. 3rd and forever now for the Bobcats. And the pressure up the gut. As Bryce Dunnock able to get to Burwald first. Now, I'm surprised they have not gone to the rollout and moved that defensive line sideways, because he's a sitting duck back there as it stands. Burwald under duress again. Dunnock creating the pressure. 4th and a mile. Here comes the punting unit. Just when it looked like the Bobcats were going to put another score on the board, the defense responds. It was the Bobcats who took a timeout, and that seemingly reinvigorated the defensive unit. A tired one that had been rushed on in this drive. Fair catch called for by Jordan Smith inside the 15 down to the 12. Fullerton will look to come on offensively, take the air out of the football, and improve to 4-0 in conference play to set up a matchup of undefeated divisional foes here in the National South. They will host Golden West, who earlier been a very game San Diego Mesa team at home, 35-7. Game we had earlier today. Jeff Stoynoff with the call on that one. Nunez with 2 touchdowns tonight takes that one up for 2. Make it 3. 2nd and 7. RPO executed well as Nunez made the right read, took it himself, pulled it out, makes a positive play out of it. 38 all last we checked in Cerritos. Let's refresh the browser here. 12:16 to go, still 38 apiece. Nunez. Hands off. Winston still on his feet, cuts it back inside. He'll pick up another couple yards. 3rd and 5 coming on for the Hornets. Ventura up late by a touchdown, 20-13 over Canyons. Bakersfield up by 17. They're midway through the 4th quarter, and it looks like if everything holds, everyone in the North, as we stated earlier, going to be 2-2 heading into the final week of the regular season. Hard count utilized by Nunez on 3rd and 5, looking for a free 5. Not going to get it. But he'll keep the defense on their heels. Nunez going to keep it himself. He's near first down yardage. He has the 21, needed the 22, and here comes the punting unit for the Hornets. Ball nearly comes out there, but Nunez able to hold on. It's 4th and 1. The punting unit has not come on yet. They're going to let the play clock run down as much as possible. I'm sure they will. Probably call a timeout at the end of it, not to back them up another 5. Four, three, two, one. Timeout taken by Fullerton. Saddleback going to get the ball back with 2 minutes and change remaining in this one. So the Hornets squeeze out as much clock on that one. We'll bring on the punting unit. Simeon Martin stands ready to return this kick. Kick is away near midfield. Kick is muffed. Picked up by Saddleback. And that could have been an absolute disaster for Saddleback as Martin muffs the punt but able to recover. Josiah Smith able to get a hand on it, serve it up for Martin. As it stands, pretty good field position for the Bobcats. But trailing by 2 possessions, only 1 timeout remaining. They need a score and a big play in a hurry. Can the defensive unit respond yet again here for the Hornets? Burwald with time over the middle of the field. Pass is complete. He has Sears, and Sears gets out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Late flag at the end of the play. Sears has gone out of bounds. Let's see at the end of this play, as Sears was already out of bounds, and then coming over was Branson Titanois. And he's going to be flagged for 15 yards. He was out at the 30. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line for Saddleback. Still 2:20 remaining. With only a single timeout left, they're going to need an onside. But crazier things have happened. You go back to last year's game in the SCFA Championship. They set up the screen to the far side. Roebuck with some room. Into the end zone for 6. Zachary Roebuck. The Bobcats have cut it to 3, 34-31. The wide receiver screen moves to or executed to perfection. Roebuck in from 15 yards out. This is the tired defensive unit. We stated it earlier. Here in the 4th quarter, the running game is really whittled away at the defensive front. Kick is up from Connor Grace, up and good. 34-32, 2:13 to go. And the Bobcats still with life. What a turn of events here in Mission Viejo. Saddleback on a tear in the late third and fourth quarter. And here comes the onside from Griffin Lane. The timeout taken by Fullerton. They want to talk things over. 2:13 to go. Update from Cerritos. The Falcons have responded 45-38, 8 minutes and change remaining in that one. And the onside kick looms large here for the Bobcats. Hands team on. And the ball was on the deck momentarily as Tyrell Green Jr. muffed it momentarily. See the ball come out momentarily there, and Green Jr. able. Power formation, Green Jr. up the gut. Pickup of 3. Hornets looking to salt this one away. Play clock down to 20 seconds. Well, should the Hornets not pick up a first down here, the Bobcats will get the ball, but with very little time left. Only one instance of stopping the clock with a single timeout. Nunez under center, power eye set. Handoff, Green Jr. Gang tackle at the 32. 3rd and 5. Timeout taken by the Bobcats with 1:18 remaining in this one. We'll be back. Third and 5. Handoff to Green Jr., who's tripped up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of yardage on the play, loss of 3. Here comes 4th down. There is a differential between the game clock and the play clock. About 32 seconds. Maybe call it 33. No timeouts remaining for the Bobcats. They cannot stop the clock after this. Well, you're not going to try the field goal. You're going to try to pin the Bobcats as deep as possible. One timeout remaining. I would imagine they're going to take a timeout. Will Fullerton with 1 second remaining on the play clock. That's exactly what they do. And no, they'll take a delay of game penalty. Delay of game will back it up 5 to the 41, give the punter a little bit more room to work with. Here comes Luke Mamana for Fullerton. Here's a snap. Kick is away. .21 seconds remaining. The Bobcats have a chance. A slim chance, but a chance nonetheless. Trailing by 2. Need to get out of bounds in a hurry. 21 seconds to go. Burwold with some time over the middle of the field. Pass is complete. Has his man. That's Stokes. Stokes able to get out of bounds. Can Connor Grace get a chance? Is there a flag on the field? Personal foul, 15 yards tacked on top. Connor Grace, long on the season, a 48-yarder. They need the 31. Or do they need at least the 33? Burwald under duress over the middle of the field. Pass is complete. Roebuck unable to stay on his feet. He's at the 50. They need to get to the line of the scrimmage quickly. 4 seconds. 3, 2. That's the ball game. Fullerton survives in Mission Viejo as the Hornets improve to 4-0 in the National South. And it will be a battle of undefeated foes in the National South next week at Fullerton as the Rustlers of Golden West will take on the Fullerton College Hornets. What a finish here from Saddleback, your final 34-32. Fullerton survives, and we move on to the final week of the regular season. Doubleheader here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Palomar and COC will host next week. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great evening.